Hey everybody, Andy Stickle here. Today we are going to talk about 3 outdated law firm SEO tactics that your law firm marketing company is probably using on your law firm. And the reason I say probably is because we see this over and over and over again whenever a new client hires us. So the number one thing that we see is low quality content. Now, what exactly does this mean? Well, a couple years ago, Google incorporated something called the Panda algorithm into their main ranking algorithm. And basically what that does is that looks at the overall page quality score of your website. Every website has its own quality score, which is assigned by Google. And what that has to do with is the quality of content. There's a lot of different things, but one of the big things that it has to do with is the quality of the content that's actually on the website. Believe it or not, Google can kind of tell if you have good content or not. So the old way of doing SEO with content is what you would do is you would create a lot of content. You create, 3-4 blog posts per week, each targeting a different keyword, and maybe be 300 to 500 words. The blog posts weren't really that great. They didn't really provide any value or whatever, but there was this thought that if you have all these different keywords and all this different, related content on your website, that somehow you'll rank. And honestly, for a long time, this actually did work. This was a strategy that worked for a long time, but we started noticing that the websites that we used, our clients that were using this strategy where we were blogging 3 times a week, we started noticing that their rankings and their traffic was just kind of going down and down and down. So we kind of did a little bit of research and did some testing. And what we found is that by removing the low quality content, we were able to increase our rankings, increase our traffic, therefore increase phone calls, leads, and ultimately clients for all of our clients across the board. So what we actually did is we went to Google Analytics, we pulled the data from every single blog post that was on their website, and anything that didn't have any organic traffic for the last 3 months, we either deleted it or we added it to another blog post that was getting traffic. And the result was that traffic and cases and everything just skyrocketed because we got rid of the low quality content. So now for our clients, what we do is instead of this 3 times per week, really low quality blog post strategy. Now what we do is we do 1 blog post every single month, but it's a very, very, very high quality blog post. We write really good content. It's well researched. We do custom graphics. We pretty much try to make it the best post or the best piece of information about whatever topic that we're covering. We try to make it the best one on the internet. And what we've seen is that it's a quality over quantity type of situation. By increasing the quality of the content and making every single piece of content top notch, rather than just trying to produce as much content as possible, we've actually seen better results. And that's something that we see a lot, though, is we see a lot of law firm marketing companies still pumping out this low quality content. So that's the number one thing. Whenever we bring on a new client, we go through, we do a content audit, and we immediately get rid of the bottom probably 50% of the content on their website, and traffic will double, triple. I mean, we've seen it quadruple before. So that's a very, very big, very common mistake that happens a lot. The second most common outdated law firm SEO tactic that we see that your internet marketing company is probably guilty of right now is keyword stuffing. Now, a long time ago, back when the low quality content was effective, there was a thing that was basically considered keyword density, right? So basically what it was how many times does this particular keyword appear in the content, on the page, in the page titles, in the headers, on the image alt text, all throughout. So, and the idea was that if you're a personal injury attorney in Milwaukee, for example, if you can have the term Milwaukee personal injury lawyer on that website a certain percentage of times, and honestly, it's been so long since we've done this, I don't even remember what the percentages were that we tried to go for. It was like 5% maybe. Then the idea was that you could rank very well for that particular keyword, that single keyword. But Google got smart to that. Google knows that in the real world, on a natural website that's just written by a normal person who's trying to provide information, they don't write the phrase Milwaukee personal injury lawyer 74 times. It just doesn't happen, right? So what we do is we use basically LSI keywords a lot. And what that allows us to do is that allows us to have a core keyword and then we look at what are the synonyms and related terms that Google expects to see on these pages. That, like, so if it's a personal injury attorney, what are the keywords and what are the terms, and the terms that are, you know, synonymous for personal injury lawyer, and also what are the other terms that they expect to see. So like if you're a personal injury lawyer, they would expect to see, you know, court and settlement and trial maybe, and, you know, litigation and injury and broken bones and all of these different keywords. And we have special software that allows us to actually go in and take a look at, okay, what are the keywords and the synonyms that Google expects to see for a keyword such as, you know, personal injury attorney or whatever it is. We just enter the keywords, and it's really cool because what we do is we do the search, we enter a keyword, and the software will go out and actually figure out what pages are ranking for that specific keyword, and then it analyzes all the content on those pages. So instead of just stuffing Milwaukee personal injury lawyer on the website 75 times and getting the website penalized, which is what a lot of SEO companies do, we actually figure out, okay, so what keywords does Google expect to see on this page if it thinks it's a legitimate page? And the way we know that is because we'll go to Google, we'll search Milwaukee personal injury lawyer, and clearly the pages that are ranking on page 1 have done something that Google likes because Google is returning them. So we look at the latent semantic keywords that are related to the main practice area. So that is number 2, is keyword stuffing. That's a very outdated term. You don't want to, or very outdated practice. If you look at your homepage or any of your pages and it's got the same, you know, New Orleans personal injury attorney, New Orleans personal injury lawyer, New Orleans, and it's got it over and over and over and over and over again, and it's in the page title, and it's in the page URL, and it's in the page H1 header, and then you've got it 15 different times in the content, you're probably over optimized. You're probably keyword stuffing. It's not a good way to run to get ranked in Google anymore. It doesn't work very well because Google is getting smarter. The third and final, not final, but third most prevalent outdated law firm SEO tactic is focusing on a single keyword. And we see this all the time. This kind of goes alongside the keyword stuffing. But what we want to do when we have a client, we always want to make sure that we rank for the entire category, not just a single keyword. Like, what would you rather rank for? The keyword car accident lawyer, or every search that is relevant and related to a car accident and a person being injured in a car accident? You know, it's like if you just try to focus on one keyword, you're missing so many other keywords, because you have to remember most of the keywords that are searched are long tail keywords. And what a long tail keyword is a keyword that is not very common. So for example, a main keyword, or what they call them money keywords, would be something like car accident attorney, or car accident attorney near me, or Baltimore car accident attorney. But a long tail keyword would be, do I need an attorney after a car accident? Or what is the average car accident settlement if you have a broken leg? Different keywords and searches that people search for, those get the majority of the searches. So if you can optimize your website so that Google thinks that you're relevant for the city of Baltimore, or whatever city you live in, car accidents and attorneys, then whenever someone searches for anything related to a car accident in Baltimore and an attorney, then you're going to show up. And it's a much better way. It's a much more robust way to rank on Google. And at the end of the day, you're going to get better searches. You're going to get more traffic. You're going to get more leads and more consultations, and you're going to make more money. So that's what you want to do, is you want to focus on an entire category, not focus on single keywords. So just a little bit more about the way that we do that. What we try to do is, Google has said a long time ago that when they return search results, they're trying to return a list of answers rather than just a list of results. So if we think about what that means, when someone searches all these different, someone searches Baltimore personal injury attorney, there's a lot of questions that Google thinks the person is going to search. And they have this data based on all the searches. Whenever someone searches personal injury attorney, what are the questions they ask next, right? So what's really cool is you can scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and you can see something that says related searches. So in this related searches, or maybe it's people also search for, whatever it is. There's a bunch of keywords at the bottom. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you look at the bottom, there's a whole list of keywords. It's going to be like 8 or 10 keywords. And those are keywords that are very, very closely related, keywords and topics that are very closely related to whatever you just searched for. So if you search for New Orleans DUI attorney, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see something like, do I need a DUI attorney? Who's the best DUI attorney? How much does a DUI attorney cost? All these different categories, right? So you want to make sure to write all these down and make sure that you have a section on your page that answers each one of those, right? And then what you want to do is you want to click on each one of those links. And then it's gonna do the search for you. So basically, if you do New Orleans DUI attorney and then you scroll to the bottom, and it's gonna say people also ask or related searches or whatever it says. And then there's going to be one that says maybe like cost of a DUI lawyer, right? If you click on that, that's going to actually perform the Google search for you. And then you can scroll back to the top of the page and you're going to see some boxes. There's going to be a box that says people also ask. And inside these people also ask boxes, there's going to be more questions that are all related to DUI. And if you make a note of each one of these questions and then categorize the ones that are similar, because some of them are going to be very similar. It's going to be how much does a DUI cost? What do I need to spend on a DUI attorney? What are the price ranges of a DUI attorney? You obviously don't need to answer every single one of those, but if you can put a section on that website that you're trying to rank for Baltimore DUI attorney or whatever city DUI attorney that addresses pretty much the core questions that are found in there, then what's going to happen is Google is going to think that your website is the most relevant for this major search term, which is DUI attorney. And all these other terms also are related to DUI attorney, like who's the best, what, how do you hire a DUI attorney? How much does it cost? Do you need a DUI attorney? What do you look for in a DUI attorney? All these different questions that people are searching for related to the practice area, or, when they have a case, what are all the different questions? So that is the difference between focusing on a single keyword, like a lot of internet marketing companies do, and focusing on ranking robustly for an entire practice area within a city, which is what good companies do, like my company, Social Firestarter. So hopefully this helps. If you can take a look at your website, and it's pretty obvious if you're doing any of these types of things. If you are, then you definitely need to talk to your marketing company. Maybe tell them stop doing these things. But the problem is that if they are doing these things, then it means they're not keeping up with the current trends of SEO, which happens a lot. SEO changes over and over and over again. Google makes over 500 Google algorithm updates every single year. So, you've got to constantly be learning. And that's one of the reasons that our team, we've got people that just sit there and just read Google patents all day. It's way boring stuff. I don't do it, but they go through the patents. They figure out what works, what doesn't work, and kind of what Google is being truthful about, because it's all in the patents. And we figure out a lot of this stuff. And we're also able to verify some of our test results by saying, hey, we saw this thing happen, and then this patent also says that this is supposed to happen when this happens, so we can figure out when that stuff works. So now listen, if you want to learn how to rank your law firm's website in the Google Maps, if you've got one of these SEO companies that's doing this and you just want to fire them, maybe they're not doing this, but you're just tired of paying for SEO companies, whatever it is, I have a completely free guide that teaches you step by step. It's a 24-part video series, and it's on USB drive. All I ask is that you help me cover the shipping and handling. We'll send it out to you. It's just $9.97. We'll send it out to you right to your door. Click the link below this video, and it's a 24-part video series that's going to show you step by step how to rank your law firm in the Google Maps. It's over my shoulder. I take you through the entire process. I actually share my computer screen, and I say, okay, click here, click here, click here, click here. Here's how you do all this. So all you have to do, click the link included in this video and grab your free guide to ranking your law firm in the Google Maps. If you have any questions about this at all, leave them below in a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.